Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Zoning Board of Adjustment for September 5th, 2024. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Before we proceed, as your host for the evening, let us introduce ourselves. All the way to my far left, please.
Michael Donlin.
Richard Tripp.
Gospel Bimba.
Crystal Morin, Secretary.
Lynn Perkins, the chair.
Craig Corbett, Vice Chair.
Donald Burgess, member.
Jim Dietzel.
And we have all the way down our far right, Code Enforcement Officer Robert Mackey with us this evening, and our exiting clerk, Ginny Rio, will be training our new clerk, Lucy Peoples, and they will be taking minutes for the evening. Just a few announcements, please, and any cell phones, iPhones, iPads, anything that could create a distraction of the proceedings, please shut those off in the event of an exit. Please, of a fire or emergency, please exit to the rear of the room and don't use the elevator. Someone will assist you. And these proceedings are scheduled to end at 10 p.m., and God willing, they will. That being said, there's no other issues here. We'll call our first case, and that is the Facandola Living Trust, Nicola and Joanne Facandola, trustees. Case number 24-126, that would be you folks. Please come right up here to the dais.
Just in case. There you go.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening,
How are
sir.
you tonight?
Well, the reason, my name is Nick Fasandola. I'm a new resident at 87 Chenadle Road.
Okay.
And we bought the home back in November.
Okay.
And so we've been waiting to do work on it. We've been doing work on it. As if any of you have driven by, you've seen it. We've taken down trees. We're doing the inside. We have Tom Greenfield doing construction work on the inside. But one of the final phases that I'd like to do is to build a garage.
Okay. So before you proceed, we ask you for some protocols, and that is to, and we emphasize those protocols, just to have you read the application that you've submitted in its entirety.
Okay.
Five questions you had answered, and you're welcome to introduce the topic on your face page, if you would.
Okay. So the first topic is there shall be no diminution of in value of surrounding properties. Well, if anything, we're improving the surrounding value.
Okay.
We're improving not only our lot, but it definitely makes the surrounding area look better. Mike Leon, who lives across the street, said the place looks amazing, completely different.
So could I ask you to read those in the order that they're presented? Number one, which would be the public interest. I think you jumped to
Okay.
diminution of property
Right
value.
here, sir.
Okay.
Yep, he's got
The
it.
variance will not be contrary to public interest because the location, the location of the well prevents me from putting the garage anywhere else on the property. From placing the garage on the other side of the garage will be for private use only, the garage.
Okay. Number two.
The spirit of the ordinance is observed because we will use it for parking only, okay? And the reason why we need a garage, one of the reasons is to house any lawn equipment that I have, plus my wife needs minimal exposure to the elements due to her walking with a cane, and so we need to minimize that exposure on ice and anything else.
Okay. Number three.
Okay, substantial justice is done because no other option is available for this location. And Joanne needs a handicap access to the property with limited exposure to the elements. Even though the garage is not attached, it will be close to the house with an overhang.
Okay. Good enough. You can redo 4 if you'd like, or skip to 5. It's up to you.
Okay. the value of the surrounding properties are not diminished. Like I stated earlier, the property is gaining in value, and the aesthetics of the property is definitely making the surrounding properties look better as well. And number 5. Number 5, literal enforcement and provision of the ordinance will result in unnecessary hardship. The hardship that's caused is that we do not have another place to put this garage, and plus my wife needs limited access to the elements. If the well were not on the other side of the home, it would be a good place for the garage, but there's a dug well there, and I can't have the garage there.
And the second part.
Okay, no fair and substantial relationship exists between the general public purpose and the ordinance division and specific application of that provision of the property. On the second page, sorry. Okay. The purpose of use is a reasonable one. We tend to use it for a garage only and to store, one, my wife's car, and the other, my lawn equipment, and to keep it from unsightly, rather than keep it on the side of the house.
Okay. And then part B?
Part B, if the criteria in paragraph A are not established, an unnecessary hardship will be deemed to exist if and only if owned to special conditions of the property that distinguish it from other properties in the area. Okay, property cannot be reasonably used in strict coordinates with the ordinance and the variance therefore necessary to enable reasonable use of it. So yeah, we do plan on, the garage is needed for health and safety reasons of Joanne, and to protect the lawn and snow equipment, removal equipment, and to create a storage spot. So, it doesn't create an unsightly view for the neighbors as either they drive by or look at, lawn equipment on the side of the house.
Got it. So that ends your script. Anything else you wish to add in your own words?
Well, we would really enjoy having that garage there. Like I said, Joanne needs it. And we've, we do have equipment. And, right now, where to store is a problem. As of right now, I have a pod outside, and we are storing lawn furniture in the pod as well. So in the wintertime, that lawn furniture will be moved into the garage, obviously. And anything else, right now, we simply park out there, and we can see a lot of traffic moving through, and, it'd be nice to have a place to put the car in the wintertime. Joanne won't have to clean it, the snow in the summer, wintertime, or should I say, I won't have to. But, so, yeah, it's a nice addition. We're used to having a garage, and we'd like to continue that.
Okay, does that conclude your opening presentation?
Yes, please.
All right, let me open it up to the board. Anybody on the board have any questions for Mr. Fasendola?
I do, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Dietzel?
Yes.
Sir, I did do a drive-by of the property, but I couldn't really see the wetlands. Can you describe the nature of the wetlands that you're going to be too close
The
to?
wetlands, I guess it's an overflow from the hill across the street, and there is a soft area that it all kind of converges in. As you can see, there are wetland foliage, not on my property, on the next property over, and basically about 150 to 200 feet into the backyard, it does form a trickle stream back there, which I'm not even going to go near. So is it soft? Yes. Is it a rolling stream? No.
Okay, because my main concern, the reason that you're asking for the variance is because it's too close to the wetlands. Pretty much everything in your presentation is not a problem whatsoever, but my main concern is the wetland and the protection thereof. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, well, we, first thing I did when I spoke to my nephew, he's a surveyor, he came out and looked, he said, you better get this flagged. And we had it flagged, and the flagged portion is, you have to be 175 feet away from the flagged wetlands. Now, the end of my garage is gonna be 158 feet away. Now, the land that goes down to the wetlands, it's not a flat surface, it actually has an incline, so it's not like I'm going to be at the same level as the wetlands, I'm probably gonna be about 5 to 6 feet higher. So, it's solid back there, it's solid up there, so, but a rule is a rule, and it's, as I was told, 1 acre lots require 175 feet, and that's why I'm here requesting a variance.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else on the board? Is the garage going to be attached?
No, it's not. I spoke with the building department, and I don't want it detached because I do want a walkway between the garage and the front of the house. And so, the reason for that is, one, I don't have to build a frost wall, and I can just get away with a simple slab.
Okay. Now, you'd indicated that you marked off 175 feet in reference to your 158. I think it's 75 and 58. Am I correct, Mr. Mackey?
I think we're talking about a 75-foot setback.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
75, yes, I'm sorry.
All right. Noting that your house, on the plan that you submitted, the house currently is in the setbacks,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, it does. And I imagine that was before the codes were changed.
My feeling is that no man should be deprived of garage. You agree?
I agree, especially my wife.
All right, very good. Anybody else have any questions?
No,
All right.
I had a question about why not the other side of the property, but that was answered.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Mr. Corbett. All right, let's get staff and report. And Mr. Mackey, have anything to enlighten us about?
Well, yeah, as we established, because this wetland is over 1 acre contiguously, then there is a 75-foot building setback required. It's not classified as a prime wetland, and as you know, that has its own set of rules. As far as Mr. Dietzel's question, the nature of the wetland, I was out there, took some photos that are in the main file. It does become cattails as you get further back on the property, but there is some incidental wetland that curves up towards the house. You can see the cattails on your screen there, where it's kind of a brownish area that's kind of beyond the house. But there are some wetland characteristics closer that were flagged by his wetland scientist. So again, the proposal is to have it 56 feet from the actual edge of, not the cattails, but the wetland soils that are there.
Okay.
Obviously, were this to be approved, we would want to see erosion control put in place to protect the wetland while the construction is going on. And so, and once the ground's stabilized, that could be removed. Permits and inspections required, obviously.
Okay,
That's it.
all right, very good. Anybody have any follow-up? Mr. Burgess?
No, well, the only thing is, I would love to have one like that right in front of my house too. And the 56 feet it's down and away from you, so I don't see where there should be a problem there. And my wife has a cane also, and I only live about 20, 30 feet from the road where I live, but still that's an arduous journey sometimes when it's snow and ice on the ground, so.
All right. Very good. Seeing nothing more from board input, let's move to public. All right. We have some phone numbers there, and Mr. Corbett, would you like to do the honors again?
Yeah, anybody at home who wishes to dial in, you're going to dial 646-558-8656, and your meeting ID is 323-909-140. Once in, you'll press star 9 to raise your hand. If you're having any technical issues, please dial 603-845-5585, and someone will help you.
Very good. So that allows the public who are remote to have their to express their feelings in this matter, and our first call would be anybody who wishes to support this application. This would be your time to come forward. Seeing no gestures there. Mr. Preventer, anybody out there?
Seeing none, rise online, Mr.
All
Chair.
right, very good. Next call would be to anybody opposed to this application. This would be your opportunity to come forward as well. I'm sorry?
You can ask for people that are here, present.
Yes. City's on,
Oh, sorry.
Did he, we all set?
yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So anybody, where was I?
Anyone who's opposed?
Anybody opposed?
Anybody who's opposed to this application, this
forward,
would be your
yeah.
opportunity to come forward. Likewise, Mr. Preventer, anybody out there?
Seeing none, rise, Mr. Chair.
Very good. So it looks like we've satisfied the statutes for public input, and we can move on with the next section of this case. If you have anything left you'd like to add?
No, I'm all set, thank you.
All right, very good. We appreciate you bringing a simple case to us when we're breaking in a new clerk. This is good.
Okay.
All right. That being the case, if
I
nobody else
make a
has...
motion to go into deliberative
Thank you
session.
very much, Mr. Burgess. Took the wind right out of my sail. Can I have a second, Mr. Tripp? Mr. Tripp?
So made.
Thank you very much. So moved by Mr. Tripp. All in favor of deliberation, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, we are in deliberation. Anybody wish to lead off?
I'll lead off.
Mr. Tripp?
I think, I can't pronounce your name, by the way, but that's okay. Nick made a very good argument about why this variance request is justified, and I don't think I can add anything to his argument.
All right, very good. Ms. Moran?
I agree with what Mr. Tripp said, but also when you pointed out that the garage essentially lines up with the existing house and deck already, it's already there, and the benefit that it can provide the family definitely outweighs anything.
Very good. Mr. Corbett?
I agree with Mr. Tripp. I thought it was well presented. It's a relatively tight lot. He made a good case of why it can't go anywhere else on the property. I don't think it's excessive, so I don't really have any concerns at this time.
All right, Mr. Burgess?
Yeah, again, the back end of the property, 56 feet to a point at the very back end of the, is far enough away. It's progressively after that gets further and further away. So you're not infringing on the wetlands as much as some other things we've had to pass.
All right, good enough. I can't argue with any of you, and you know how I feel about a garage for a man. So with that being said, motion to structure the motion. We have subject to obtaining all state and town permits and inspections. Anything anybody else would like to add there? Go ahead.
There's a need?
You
I don't think there's a need to
Oh,
anything
okay,
else.
got it. And just one point, Mr. Mackey points out and emphasizes the silt fence on this project, and so that should fall under town permits and inspections. Other than that, I see nothing either, so. That being said, I think we're all set on the structure of the motion, and we can make a motion, come out of deliberation.
So moved.
Thank you, Mr.
I'll
Tripp.
make the second.
Mr. Burgess has that second. All right. All in favor of coming out of deliberation, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none. We are out of deliberation. Mrs. Moran, Board Secretary, has our motion to be read. Would you like to move forward with that, Ms. Moran?
I would, thank you. I make a motion on case number 24-126, owner Nicola and Joanne Fasandola, to grant a variance to the terms of Article 3, Section 165-20A of the Town of Derry zoning ordinance to allow the construction of a 26 by 26 garage less than 75 feet from a wetland at 87 Shenito Road, parcel ID 55012, zoned MDR, with the, as presented with the following conditions. We have one, subject to obtaining all state and town permits and inspections. And that concludes the reading of the motion. I need a second.
Second.
I'll second.
Mr. Tripp has the second on the motion by Mrs. Moore, and that motion's on the floor. We have finding of fact to read into this.
Finding a fact for case 24-126, the board found that the applicant is requesting a variance to allow the construction of a 26 by 26-foot garage less than 75 feet from a wetland greater than 1 acre. The wetland is not classified as a prime wetland, and the garage is proposed to be 56 feet from the wetland. The property is zoned MDR. The board also includes all facts found in the meeting minutes for this application and incorporates all the minutes into its finding of facts and decisions. That concludes the finding of fact.
Very good. Any amendments from the board? Seeing no gestures there to the finding of fact, all in favor of moving these motions for a vote, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none. Mr. Corbett?
I vote yes.
And Ms. Moran?
Chair, I vote yes as well.
Mr. Burgess?
I will vote yes.
Mr. Tripp?
I will vote yes.
Very good. I'll make it 5-0. Make that, I vote yes as well, and that makes it unanimous by 5-0.
Thank you.
Anybody aggrieved by this decision has 30 days to ask this board for rehearing, and otherwise, congratulations, and good luck getting your garage.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Have a good night.
Have a good evening.
Good time to put it up, too.
Going to make a correction on your approval of minutes, guys? They didn't take all those off. On the agenda,
Yeah.
they didn't take all those off. Did you
We're all
get the?
clear, aren't we?
You got the last week's meeting, 2 weeks ago, that meeting.
The
I didn't
minutes?
get anything for changes.
Okay,
We'll approve it.
very good.
I
You may.
sent the one ad in, I forget what it was. I emailed you
Well, you-
something.
I didn't get it.
You-
So
Okay.
email it again and it is amended.
I think
Make a
it was that
motion
one.
to, as amended, it would be fine.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as amended by Ms. Moran.
I'll second.
Anybody else? Okay, second motion seconded. All in favor of that motion for the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Very good. Other business. We have no other business before us at this time, and the board has received no correspondence. So that's often good. And Mr. Mackey, what do we have?
There
going
are a
on?
couple cases coming up, so there will be a meeting on the 19th, I think is the next meeting.
19.
Where did this year go?
I don't know.
Someplace.
Yeah. All right. I think that wraps us up. We've got an update for our next meeting, so if anybody would like to make a motion or otherwise has any other business before this board,
Yeah, I'd like to thank Ginny for all her years of service.
very good.
And she's the one who made up this little ditty we have at the front of the book, so that we can go through all the stuff at the end of the meeting. So I want to make sure people give her credit for it.
Thank you.
And I'll miss you.
Thank you.
Okay. Everybody all set?
Miss you guys too, but I got one more meeting, guys. Come on.
Oh,
Not
okay.
over yet.
Okay.
Okay, I thought you were gone again.
One more.
One more, okay.
Okay. And welcome, Ms. Peoples,
Hey,
Good point.
and a welcome to our new clerk, Ms. Peoples, for
Yes.
being here on this
Welcome.
endeavor. So wish you all the best of luck, so. All right.
Should tell her that the meetings aren't generally
This
this
quick.
quick.
Yeah, it's not this easy.
Why?
They're not
She
this quick.
better like fall in love and then we'll tell her the truth.
Never. When do you introduce the crazy in a relationship, Bobby?
Wait until we're here until 10:15, and we still haven't finished the case. We have to do it till the next meeting. That's the one beautiful ones. Oh, yeah. Anyway,
Can we adjourn?
All right.
I will make the motion to adjourn if you would like.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Burgess, seconded by Mr. Corbett. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition to that? Very good. We're adjourned. Have a good night, everybody.
Woo-hoo.